Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Town of Grand Falls-Windsor Chambers for what is sure to be a special occasion tonight for the swearing-in of our new council that were elected last week. And certainly just a few words about the Chambers. It is a beautiful Chambers. It's historic. It's been here a long, long time. All the pictures of past councillors and mayors are on the walls, and it truly is a special place. And just as a footnote, Terry Fox was here in 1980 to begin his cross-country Marathon of Hope run. So that's just one of the more significant things that have taken place here in the Chambers over the years. Councillor Cody, unfortunately, is not able to be with us here this evening. As most people know, her daughter was involved in a traffic accident just east of Grand Falls-Windsor a couple of weeks ago, and they're both in St. John's. And I'm happy to say that her daughter Teresa is recovering just fine, and the two of them should be back in town in a couple of days, and we'll make arrangements for Councillor Cody to be sworn in at that time. Let me explain, just to explain how this evening is going to work. We're going to begin with the swearing in of each individual councillors. Our Director of Finance, Steve Goss, is also our returning officer, so he will conduct that practice. The seating arrangements have already been made for you, so you can take your seat after you've been sworn in. And once everybody is sworn in, we'll break for a quick picture. And after that, I'll call the meeting to order, but there's no council business tonight. All we're going to do tonight is give the candidates a chance to thank their supporters and give a brief synopsis, I guess, of what they intend to do for the next 4 years. And after that, the family and friends are welcome to stay behind. We do have a few snacks there and some water and tea and coffee, I guess. And you're more than welcome to stick around and have a chat and get some pictures taken, that kind of stuff, if you're that way inclined. So, without further ado, I'll call on Mr. Goss to begin the proceedings.
All right, thanks, Mike. We're going to get started with Councillor-elect, I guess, Rod Bennett.
This side over here. Let me take this one.
Yeah.
I, Rodney James Bennett, do solemnly swear that I am fully qualified to hold the office of councillor in the municipality of Grand Falls-Windsor, to which I have been elected. I have not knowingly contravened the Municipalities Act respecting in any matter in relation to my election. I will faithfully do my best to my ability, perform my duties and responsibilities to my office, and will not allow any direct or indirect monetary or personal or private interests to influence my conduct or affect my public duties, and will comply with the municipality's code of conduct and undertake all mandatory training requirements. I will disclose my personal direct or indirect monetary interests that I have in the matter before the council, and will not participate in the discussion or vote in any such matter. I will, as required by law, file an annual conflict of interest disclosure statement. I will, as required by the Municipalities Election Act, file a campaign contribution disclosure statement within the required time period established by the Act. So help me God.
Thank you. You can sign up here. Awesome.
All right, thanks.
Perfect. Congratulations, Councillor Bennett.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Councillor-elect Bob Hiscock. You can hold this with your left.
Just read the address.
Yep. Please fill in your blanks for council.
I, Robert Alfred Hiscock, do solemnly swear that I am fully qualified to hold the office of councillor for the municipality of Grand Falls-Windsor, to which I have been elected or appointed. I have not knowingly contravened the Municipal Elections Act respecting any matter in relation to my election or appointment. I will faithfully, to the best of my ability, perform the duties and responsibilities of my office, and will not allow or direct or indirect monetary or other personal or private interest to influence my conduct or affect my public duties. I will comply with the municipality's code of conduct and undertake mandatory training requirements. I will disclose any personal, direct, or indirect monetary interest that I have in a matter before the council, and will not participate in a discussion or vote on any such matter. I will, as required by law, file an annual conflict of interest disclosure statement, and I will, as required by the Municipalities Elections Act, file a campaign contributions disclosure statement within the required time period established by the Act. So help me God.
Thank you. So go ahead and sign. Just write your name up at the top there, Bob. Congratulations, Councilor Hiscock. All right, next up is Councilor-elect Venus Hollett. There you go.
I, Venus Hollett, do solemnly swear that I am fully qualified to hold the office of councillor for the municipality of the town of Grand Falls-Windsor, to which I have been elected or appointed. I am not knowingly contravening the Municipal Elections Act respecting any matter in relation to my election or appointment. I will faithfully, to the best of my ability, perform the duties and responsibilities of my office, and will not allow any direct or indirect monetary or other personal or private interests to influence my conduct or affect my public duties, and will comply with the municipality's code of conduct and undertake all mandatory training requirements. I will disclose any personal direct or indirect monetary interest that I have in a matter before the council, and will not participate in the discussion or vote on any such matter. I will, as required by law, file an annual conflict of interest disclosure statement, and I will, as required by the Municipal Elections Act, file a campaign contributions disclosure statement within the required time period established by the Act. So help me God.
Good sign right here. I'll write your name in here. And your signature there.
Right here?
Yep. And I sign here. And congratulations, Councilor Hollett.
Thank you.
And next we have Councilor-elect David Jeans.
I, David James, do solemnly swear that I am fully qualified to hold the office for the municipality of Grand Falls-Windsor, to which I have been elected or appointed.
Office of Councilor.
Office of Councillor. I have not knowingly contravened the Municipal Elections Act respecting any matter in relation to my election or appointment. I will faithfully, to the best of my ability, perform the duties and responsibilities of my office, and will not allow any direct or indirect monetary or other personal or private interest to influence my conduct or affect my public duties, and will comply with the municipality's code of conduct and undertake all mandatory training requirements. I will disclose any personal direct or indirect monetary interest that I have in a matter before the council, and will not participate in a discussion or vote on any such matter. I will, as required by law, file an annual conflict of interest disclosure statement, and I will, as required by the Municipal Elections Act, file a campaign contributions disclosure statement within the required time period established by the Act. So help me God.
All right, so you sign right here. Now I'm going to sign down below.
Hey, Davey.
Congratulations, Councillor James. And now we have Councillor-elect Sean Feener. There you go.
I, Sean Feener, do solemnly swear that I am qualified to hold the office of councillor for the municipality of Grand Falls-Windsor, to which I have been elected or appointed. I have not knowingly contravened the Municipalities Act respecting any information or matter in relation to my election appointment. I will faithfully, to the best of my ability, perform the duties and responsibilities of my office. I will not allow any direct or indirect monetary or other personal or private interest to influence my conduct or affect my public duties, and will comply with the municipality's code of conduct and undertake all mandatory training requirements. I will disclose any personal direct or indirect monetary interest that I have in a matter before council. I will not participate in discussions or vote on any such matter. I will, as required by law, file an annual conflict of interest disclosure statement, and I will, as required by Municipalities Elections Act, file a campaign contributions disclosure statement within the required time period established by the Act. So help me God.
Sign. Yeah, you can use- did you want to keep one for yourself? Or?
Yeah, it don't matter.
Okay, you sign up here. You can sign both first, yeah?
Do this one?
You can do both from there. There you go. Congratulations, Councillor Feener. All right, so that's it for the council ones, and all we have left now is the swearing in of our mayor, Mike Brown.
I, Mike Brown, do solemnly swear that I am qualified to hold the office for the municipality of Grand Falls-Windsor, to which I have been elected or appointed. I have not knowingly contravened the Municipal Elections Act respecting any matter in relation to my election or appointment. I will faithfully, to the best of my ability, perform the duties and responsibilities of my office, and will not allow any direct or indirect monetary or other personal or private interest to influence my conduct or affect my public duties, and will comply with the municipality's code of conduct and undertake all mandatory training requirements. I will disclose any personal direct or indirect monetary interest that I have in a matter before the council, and will not participate in the discussion or vote on any such matter. I will, as required by law, file an annual conflict of interest disclosure statement, and I will, as required by the Municipal Elections Act, file a campaign contributions disclosure statement within the required period of time established by the Act. So help me God.
Sign right there. Congratulations, Mayor Brown.
Thank you. Very much. Okay, so now I will call the meeting to order.
You get a pic in front?
What's that? Oh. We want to get a pic in front or just around there? Good. put on our Facebook page tomorrow, then we'll get another pic done just before one of the two council meetings. Thanks, Claire.
Out front or
Yeah.
behind? Out front, Larry, out front.
Oh. What's wrong?
Okay, meeting called to order. And the first order of business this evening is the election of deputy mayor. Can I have nominations for the position of deputy mayor, please?
I nominate Rodney Bennett.
Rodney Bennett has been nominated for the position of deputy mayor. Can I have a seconder, please?
I second.
And I just realized I'm not supposed to be doing any of this. Our returning officer is supposed to be will do it. And he will do it. Go ahead, Steve, sorry. He's got her taken over already.
Deputy Mayor?
I nominate Rodney Bennett.
Okay. And seconder?
I, Dave James, second it.
Okay. I'm going to have a second call for nominations for deputy mayor. And a third call for nominations for deputy mayor. Hearing no other nominations, Rodney Bennett, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Okay. So that, given that there's only one nomination who has accepted, I declare you the deputy mayor. Congratulations, Deputy Mayor Bennett.
So as I said earlier, there's no official council business tonight. We just wanted to leave it for the swearing-in ceremony, and especially for the new councillors, to give them a week or so to warm up and read their code of conduct and familiarise yourself with the ongoing issues that we've been discussing for the last 4 years. So without any further ado, I'll call on Councillor Hollett to acknowledge her supporters and give her a chance to speak.
I want to thank everyone who believed in me, encouraged, supported, and voted for me. Special thanks to my campaign committee. Because of your hard work and dedication, the election campaign was a success. Thanks to the individuals and organizations that provided for financial support through donations. Special thanks to David Stroud, more affectionately known as Grandpa, for providing the office space for my campaign headquarters. For citizens who are wondering, I will be providing full details and disclosure in my candidate contribution report of the financial and in-kind contributions I received. According to the municipal general elections frequently asked questions, all candidates must submit campaign contribution reports within 90 days of the election, and the reports will be made available to the public for inspection. Last but not least, thank you to my best friend and spouse, Rob Boone, who is my rock. He has been my constant source of encouragement and unwavering support, who tolerated my endless hours of research for the past few years. Thank you. I must admit, this is a bittersweet moment. To resign as president of the Concerned Citizens for Civic Justice, Inc., betterly known as the CCC, is not easy for me. Fortunately for the citizens, the CCC will continue in my absence in their pursuit of municipal accountability and transparency. It will be different receiving the letters rather than sending them, but since council is mandated to be transparent and accountable, it is my duty to fulfill this mandate. Congratulations to all candidates who stepped up to serve our community. I look forward to working with those elected with a common goal for a brighter future for our town. I am deeply honored and grateful for the trust placed in me to serve as councillor of the town of Grand Falls-Windsor. I will do my very best to represent you for the next 4 years. A brighter future begins today. Thank you.
Councillor Hollett. Councillor Feener.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was only knew just before I come in that we're going to do a speech tonight, so I'll wing it. That shouldn't be hard for me. I've never stuck for words yet. I don't think I will be. I want to thank all my supporters during the campaign. It was a clean campaign, I got to say. I want to acknowledge all the candidates. We ran a really clean campaign. There was no mudslinging. It went off really well. I want to especially thank my wife, especially for all her hard work and determination behind the scenes to get me where I am today. During my sickness, she was my right hand. So I just want to say thank you to her personally. And I want to thank everybody in Grand Falls-Windsor, and I promise I will not let anybody down. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Feener. Deputy Mayor Bennett.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, fellow councillors, and most importantly, the people of Grand Falls-Windsor. It is with deep humility and immense pride that I stand before you today as a newly elected member of council. To serve the people of Grand Falls-Windsor, a town that has shaped me, supported me, and stood beside me through every chapter of my life, is both an honor and a responsibility I do not take lightly. Before I speak on the work ahead, I want to begin with gratitude. To my family, my rock, my best friend, my partner in life, my wife Hilda, whose strength and love carried me through the darkest days and lifted me when I didn't think anything would ever be possible. To my daughter Allison and my son Jordan, who have grown into remarkable individuals, who remind me every day of the power of perseverance and compassion. To the pride of my life, my reason for living, the one who I would give everything for, my grandson Noah, whose laughter, curiosity, boundless energy give me hope for the future we're building together. This moment is especially meaningful because not long ago, I wasn't sure I'd be seen here. My recent journey with cancer is one of the most challenging experiences of my life. It tested me physically, emotionally, and spiritually. But through it all, I was reminded of the strength of the community, of neighbors who checked in, a Tim's group that wouldn't let me do anything other than normal, of friends who prayed, and the Grand Falls-Windsor U13 hockey team who came to visit me at my home at one of those days and presented me with the hardest worker puck, who I take every cancer treatment I take with me. And more importantly, the town that never lets me feel alone. I stand here today not just as a survivor, but someone with renewed purpose. I know what it means to fight for life, and I bring the same fight to the work we'll do together. I also want to acknowledge my deep roots that guide me, my connection with my Mi'kmaq culture. A proud member, I've had the privilege to work alongside the leaders, elders who have taught me the importance of stewardship, tradition, and unity. One of the most humbling moments of my life was being presented with an eagle's feather from the chief of Halibu First Nation, a gesture that carries the highest honor in our culture. The eagle flies closest to the Creator, and the feather symbolizes truth, courage, and spiritual strength. I carry that feather with me, not just as a symbol, but as a sacred reminder of the responsibility I hold, to lead with integrity, speak with honesty, and serve with heart. As we begin the new chapter, I pledge to listen more than I speak, to act with integrity, and always put people first. Whether it's improving infrastructure, supporting local businesses, or creating opportunities for our youth, I will work tirelessly to ensure Grand Falls-Windsor remains a place where families thrive, where culture is celebrated, and where every citizen feels seen and heard. Thank you for trusting me with this role. Thank you for believing in our shared vision, and thank you for being the kind community that makes me proud to call home. Let's get to work.
Thank you, Councillor Bennett. And yes, I'll acknowledge yourself and Councillor Feener had a tough winter, both of you, and I know, Rad, you're still going through your medical process there, but it's good to see both of you back on your feet, and the whole community is happy for the two of you guys to be healthy again. Councillor Janes, please.
Everybody looks pretty friendly here. First of all, I want to congratulate all the candidates who ran in this election. Unfortunately, there was only 6 seats available because there was a lot of talent out there, and I had a lot of good interactions with most of them, and the passion that everybody showed on behalf of the people of Grand Falls-Windsor was really, really something to behold. I want to take this opportunity to thank Kara Hutchinson, who surely babysat and took care of me through this election. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Kara. I want to thank Gene Crant and his team at Stag Signs, Leo Morgan and his team at Morgan Printing, and Tom Pinson and Valley Radio. To Will Janes, Chris Grimes, and Roger Pike, I can't find the words to express my gratitude and heartfelt thanks. To the rest of our team, Danielle Head, Ann Higgins, Betty Janes, Daphne Cameron, Matt and Sarah Ross, my cousin Penny, my Aunt Barb, I am forever grateful. To my sisters, Gail, Crystal, Velda, Lisa, Rhonda, and Karen, the loves of my life. And again, to my sister Rhonda, Crystal, my nephew Kenneth, my brother-in-law Brian, your support and hard work was greatly, greatly appreciated. To conclude, folks, the people have spoken. I promise only one thing. I promise this every day on the campaign trail. I will work as hard as I can, to the best of my ability, for the people of this town. And make no mistake, I report to the people of Grand Falls-Windsor. The issues facing us as a town are crucial. Change has to happen with a purpose and a focus. I'm here to learn, listen, and act on the people's behalf. I've grown up here. Several times, I have had the opportunity to represent this town in various sports as a player, a coach, and an administrator, and some of my players are in this room. And I'm proud of that. I brought a passion to the ball field and the rink. I brought it every day, and I'll bring it here every day. Because, folks, make no mistake, it's possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Janes. Councillor Janes coached me in the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, so I'll be quite familiar with Davy.
We won.
Yes, right, we did. Councillor Hiscock, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to take the time now to thank my family, my brothers, sisters, brothers-in-law, all who helped get the brochures out to the homes, Don Doughton, Frank Murphy, who were my nominators, my #1 supporter, Ron Pinson, Peggy Bartlett, and Colleen Ryan for writing testimonials in my brochure. Reg Hamilton, who went above and beyond in this campaign. The man worked unbelievable, tireless hours, not only for me, but for all candidates. He was the one that organized the campaign to get all the brochures out into the homes. Big hand out to Reg Hamilton for that. My wife Cheyenne, along with my son Kyle, were there by my side throughout the past 4 years and now these next 4 years. And especially the residents of Grand Falls-Windsor, who elected me 4 years ago and put their trust in me again for another 4 years. To them, I am truly, truly grateful. To you, Mayor, you were by my side and my guidance and mentor right from day one, and I thank you so much for that, and going forward, I know we'll still work together. To my former councillors, it was an honor. It was an honor to serve with these councillors to the good of the residents of Grand Falls-Windsor. In closing, Mr. Mayor, the only thing I can say is that I worked tirelessly, hard, honestly. I was an honest person, bringing everything to the table for the residents of Grand Falls-Windsor, day in, day out. I will continue, Mr. Mayor, to work for the residents of Grand Falls-Windsor for the benefit of all and the growth of this community. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Councillor Hiscock. Okay, and as many of you know, there was no election for myself. I was acclaimed. I can't say that I was too disappointed in that, to be honest. But thanks to the people of Grand Falls-Windsor for having the faith in me to serve as their mayor for the next 4 years. I had a good team put together, 2 of which are here tonight, Nina Butt and Harold Butt. Thank you for offering your help and for signing my nomination papers, and also to Eleanor Hamilton for signing my nomination papers as well, and for the team I had put together for an election had there been one. I'd also like to thank my family and my friends for their support, not only in the elections, but throughout life in general. They've been really good to me. My family and friends have been, and I'd like to thank them for that as well. So, I'd like to acknowledge the councillors who had served the last term with us, Holly Dwyer, Andrew Little, Dave Knoll, and our former Mayor Barry Manuel for the contribution they all made to the town. They were excellent councillors. Our Mayor did an excellent job representing us in good times and in bad times. And so we'd like to thank them for their contribution to the town of Grand Falls, Windsor over the last 4 years. They did a wonderful job, and we wish them all the best. And to Wade Thompson, Jeff Hollett, Larry Hennessy, Jerry Gardner, Gail Budgell-Traits, and David Oxford and David Hillier, thank you everyone for offering to serve on the council in Grand Falls, Windsor. The people of Grand Falls, Windsor respect you for doing that. And once again, thank you very much. And again, thanks to Steve Goss, who was the returning officer for this election, and to Karen Hutchinson, our deputy town clerk, for her work with the election as well. And thank all the election workers. We had many election workers at all the polling booths, the events bowl, and all the polling booths last Thursday, so thank them for their time and patience as well. So without any further ado, am I forgetting anything?
No?
No?
Wraps it up, and it's just,
No, I invite everybody to stay behind and speak and get some pictures taken if you wish, and we got some trays of food there and some water and that kind of stuff. You're welcome to stay behind for that. And without any further ado, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Mayor.
Second, Deputy Mayor Bennett, and moved by Councillor Hiscock. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.